You know what's strange? People who never ask for help are usually the people everyone admires the most. They're called strong, independent, reliable, the one who always has it together. They're the friend everyone vents to, the sibling who handles family emergencies, the coworker who fixes problems without complaining, the person who says, "Don't worry about me," while silently falling apart. And from the outside, that looks like strength. But here's what nobody talks about. For a lot of people, never asking for help isn't confidence. It's a survival skill they learned way too early. And that changes everything. Because hyper-independence often starts in childhood. Picture this. You're 8 years old. You come home from school crying because someone embarrassed you in class. You walk into the kitchen hoping someone notices. Your parent barely looks up. "Stop being dramatic. You're fine. I'm busy right now." Or maybe they weren't cruel, just unavailable, always working, always stressed, always emotionally absent. And children notice patterns fast. They realize vulnerability doesn't get comfort, it gets ignored. And once that lesson repeats enough times, something dangerous happens. They stop asking. Not because they stop hurting, because asking starts feeling pointless. Picture a child crying quietly in their room after hearing, "Figure it out yourself." That child often grows into an adult who hears the same message in their head for decades. And this shows up in strange ways later. Their car breaks down, they handle it alone.
They move apartments, they carry boxes alone. They sit in hospital waiting rooms alone. They go through breakups alone. They lose jobs alone. And everyone calls them strong. But that strength is often built on emotional isolation. And it gets deeper. For many people, asking for help feels physically uncomfortable. Their heart races, their chest tightens, their brain starts panicking over tiny requests. Am I annoying them? What if they say no? What if they think I'm needy? What if I owe them now? That last one matters a lot. Many hyper-independent people believe help always comes with strings attached. Because sometimes it did. Maybe a parent constantly reminded them, "Look how much I do for you." Maybe an ex used kindness as manipulation. Maybe friends disappeared when they needed support. And now their nervous system remembers, even when their conscious mind doesn't. And this is where things get worse. Sometimes they finally do ask for help. And it backfires. Picture opening up to someone after months of holding everything in.
And they say, "Other people have it worse. You're overreacting. You'll be fine." Or worse, they use your vulnerability against you later. That moment teaches your brain something terrifying. Needing people is dangerous. So you stop asking. And slowly, you become your own therapist, your own emergency contact, your own backup plan. And people admire that version of you, but they never see what it costs. Because hyper-independent people often become trapped in a role. The strong one, the stable one, the responsible one. And once people expect that version of you, breaking character feels impossible. Picture your phone ringing nonstop. Family problems, friend drama, work emergencies. Everyone needs something. And you show up every time. And then one day, you disappear. And suddenly people are shocked. Because they only knew your usefulness, not your pain. And that's one of the loneliest feelings in the world. Being loved for what you provide, not who you are. But here's where it gets really interesting. These same people often become incredibly generous. They'll drive hours to help someone move, lend money they can't afford to lose, answer late-night calls, drop everything during emergencies. Why? Because helping others feels emotionally safer than receiving help. When you help someone, you control the situation. When you need help, you surrender control. And control feels safer than vulnerability. That's why many hyper-independent people secretly panic when someone helps them. Someone buys them dinner. They immediately try to pay them back.
Someone gives them a gift, they feel guilty. Someone checks on them, they deflect with humor. Receiving care feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar things often feel unsafe. Even healthy love can feel suspicious. And modern culture makes this worse. Social media glorifies extreme independence.
Never need anyone. Move in silence. Trust nobody. Do it alone. That sounds powerful. Until you realize humans are wired for connection, not emotional exile. Even the strongest people need support. And here's the part most people don't realize. Many hyper-independent people desperately want connection. They want someone safe, someone dependable, someone who notices when they're not okay. But they've gotten so good at hiding pain that nobody sees it. They say, "I'm fine," automatically. They laugh through burnout. They isolate when overwhelmed. And people assume they just like being alone. That's usually not true. They just don't know how to feel safe needing someone. And this is where everything changes. Healing begins when they realize asking for help is not weakness, it's trust. And trust feels terrifying when your past taught you people disappear. But not everyone leaves. Not everyone keeps score. Not everyone weaponizes vulnerability. Some people actually stay. And learning that can completely change someone's life. But first, they have to stop confusing survival patterns with personality traits. I'm just independent. I'm just private. I don't need anyone. Maybe. Or maybe you learned independence in places where vulnerability felt unsafe. That's different. And here's the truth most people never hear. People who never ask for help aren't stronger than everyone else. They're often just carrying pain quietly because they learned asking felt dangerous. And life becomes unbearably heavy when you insist on carrying everything alone. The strongest people aren't people who never need help. They're people brave enough to admit when they do. And maybe that's what healing really looks like. Realizing you were never supposed to carry your entire life alone. And if this felt painfully personal, you probably learned independence long before you were ready for it. And if you want more psychology deep dives like this, subscribe.